Hi, this is Dr. Bonnie Brock, registered dietitian and doctor of naturopathic medicine at A New Leaf Natural Medicine. And I wanted to come on today and talk to you really quickly about wants and don't wants and greater wants. I was at the gym this morning, which, excuse my gym hair and my gym clothes, but I wanted to get right on here to have this conversation with you before I lost my motivation and my train of thought. So it's January again, it's the end of January. Now the end of January is a tricky time when you're talking to people about weight loss, because it's the kind of the time when the steam runs out of, the train. The motivation is waning at this point. So this week I had many patients come in, show me their eating plan, show me their exercise plan, and there was a lot of blank spaces on some of those plans. And I say, what went wrong or what happened? And they'll say, well, I got a busy schedule, or my knee hurts, or a lot of other things can happen. But when you get right down to it, especially with the exercise plan, they'll say to me, I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go. And my answer to them is, yeah, I know you don't want to go. I know that. That's part of this. I don't expect you to want to go to the gym. And I can tell you from personal experience, going to the gym sometimes is difficult when you're an overweight person. You go there, you're at a place where you're putting on binding clothes, you're at a place where people are a lot fitter than you, you're doing things that you're not used to doing, you don't know if you're doing them correctly. In your mind, you think that everybody's looking at you and everyone is, thinking, what is she doing here? I'm sure that's not the case, but in your mind, that's what you're thinking. And then you're going to go home and eventually you're going to develop probably some aches and pains based upon, the workout that you did. Yeah, of course you don't want to do that. Who would want to do that, right? That sounds terrible. So the point isn't that you want to go to the gym. The point is that you have a greater want. And your greater want is to be, say, fit and healthy and live your life in a fit body that can do the things you want it to do and will avoid, disease and breakdown as long as possible. And you'll have a healthy mindset, and, you'll feel good about yourself. And there's many other things that come with being, a fit, healthy person. So that is your greater want. And what you can't do is let your mini don't want, which is I don't want to go to the gym, sabotage your greater want. Because if you only go to the gym when you want to go to the gym, that's probably not going to work. Some people really do enjoy it, and eventually you will begin to enjoy it. I can say that there are times now that I actually look forward to going to the gym, which I will tell you, I never thought I would say, but I really do. I have friends there. I know what I'm doing now when I'm there. I, feel good after I'm done. I have I don't have as much aches and pains. It's more of a good feeling. So you get there, but in the beginning, believe me, you're not going to want to go. So you can't base your decision on whether or not to go and do your exercise plan on whether you want to go, because let me tell you, it's not going to happen. You're not going to want to go. So what you need to do is, when you're in those moments of, I have to do this to achieve my greater want, but what's getting in front of me is my don't want, you need to really sit down with yourself, have a discussion, say to yourself and speak to yourself in as kind of a way as possible. Like what I do almost every morning at 6 a.m. when my alarm goes off and I know I have to go to the gym, I say to myself, listen, sweetheart, I know you don't want to go. I know you don't want to go. But you have a greater want. And that greater want is only achieved by overcoming this mini don't want. So what you need to do is, despite not wanting to go, you need to get yourself up and you need to put on those binding clothes and you need to go. And sometimes that's all it takes. And I get there more often than I don't. And then eventually I have found myself further along the road to my greater want. I'm a little bit closer. And I'm a little bit closer because there are mornings when I can overcome those don't wants. So I hope that makes sense to you. I just wanted to talk about that because it made me think about it this morning when I didn't want to go. We're here in Chicago and it's about negative a million outside, so there was no way I wanted to go outside this morning. But I did, because I know in my mind I have a greater want, and that greater want is much more important, and it requires a little bit of sacrifice, and that sacrifice is overcoming my don't wants. So I hope that helped. If it rings true for you at all, these are the things that I talk to my patients about. I'd be happy to talk to you about them. I'm at A New Leaf Natural Medicine in Evanston, Illinois, and I'd love to help create the new you. Bye.